Hello, this is a reading for Scorpio for June 2025. I can't believe that's where we're at. June 2025 is a beautiful month for the water signs like yourself in particular, because Jupiter, the great benefic, full of blessings, abundance, and optimism, is moving into fellow water sign Cancer, where it is exalted and extremely happy, and this is going to be trining you, Scorpio. So blessings coming your way starting June 9th, but definitely intensifying as the 13 months from June onwards moves on. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on this month for you. So starting with 3 cards, I want to look at what way you're entering June. I also want to see, what the overall theme or the energies you're dealing with this month will be, and of course upcoming near future energies, and then I'll pull more cards to clear up as we go. So this is a beautiful entry point into the month of June, the Sun card. So you're already feeling blessed. You're already feeling like very authentic, very joyful. Things are going your way lately. I love that. The Devil card, okay, leaving a little bit of room for fun, for play, for maybe getting a little bit wilder this month. Oh, and the Empress card. Okay, so 3 incredibly powerful major arcana cards to start with and to start to kind of sink our teeth into. You know what to do and what it is that you like and what your preferences are, and you know how to activate the best case scenario for yourself this month. The Empress card is so abundant. It's really a card of gratefulness for all the love and abundance that's currently in your world. I mean, it doesn't get much better than the Empress in my idea anyway, from my point of view. Okay, so let's just zoom out for a second. You're entering the month of June feeling very free, feeling like you've got a lot of weight lifted off your shoulders, that you really know who you are, and you are kind of letting your freak flag fly a little bit this month, Scorpio. Between the Sun card and the Devil card, I get the impression that things that you've always wanted to do, things that you've always sort of like felt a call towards, might be activated for you this month. As well as that, like, we can always kind of try to recall what we were into before we were conditioned otherwise. Like, what did we like to do? What did we have fun doing? You might be reactivating some of those expressions this month as well. So the Devil card and the Empress card, I mean, usually the Devil card comes with it like some more heavier or dense, or maybe even like there's fear, there's some sort of an illusion trapping you at the moment. But when it's sandwiched between the Empress and the Sun card, I really don't see it that way at all. I actually see it as quite delightful, actually. Of course, the Devil card, we talk about vices and temptation, but you know what? We're also here to have a good time, and the Sun card tells me that June is a month where you're supposed to let your hair down, get a little wild, go like a little bit loose or something like that, and just indulge in what it is that makes you happy and or that makes you fulfilled and satisfied. The Empress card is just quite indulgent with the Devil card too, so there could be some luxury this month. There could be just a kind of a getaway, a retreat, a spa, some beautiful acres of land around you wherever you find yourself. You might be staying somewhere where there's beautiful grounds to walk. Maybe you have your own land where there's a beautiful return now on what it is that you have been waiting for harvest. So this could be also speaking to the Devil card is a lot to do with materialism, right? And materialism can look like things that you've been spoiling after, things that you've been wanting, things that you've been coveting, and things that you've been desiring coming to fruition this month, but in a material way, so you've really wanted this plot of land, you've really wanted this mule, you've really wanted this vacation or this dress or this whatever it is, and yeah, you get to get it this month. Let's go deeper into this card reading though. So the Sun card, what's coming through with that for you, Scorpio? Big fruits of your labor paying off. The Devil card has a lot to do with materialism, like I said, but also striving and working hard. Another major arcana card. Okay, so we've got Justice and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's just like flourishing right now. She's thriving, mind, body, soul, bank account too, but particularly just feeling really comfortable. And this would suggest to me that with the Justice card, like this is not like owed to you in a sense, but like this is your time, Scorpio. Don't doubt that this is the scales balancing in your favor currently, and all that kind of like falling into place and seamless energy. Obviously when we see, you know, a lot of vegetables and vegetation and things like that in these cards, we're thinking about success and abundance. You know, if you're having a dream ever about like healthy vegetables or allotments or anything that's growing, or even like tending to flowers or plants, and if you see the condition that these symbols in your dream are in, it's a really good indication for you to know that abundance is on the way, or what you're kind of tending to in your life right now is going to bear fruit, so to speak, or it's going to be healthy, it's going to thrive. So you're thriving at this time. Family relationships are coming up at the moment, okay? Maybe even grandparent relationships. Is there something going on with grandparents? Are they being celebrated? Are they being visited? Or is there something kind of going on in terms of divvying up? Justice card, inheritances and things like that might also, you know, come in your favor in somehow or another. But family relationships, if it isn't grandparents, it might be, just as I look at this other deck that I have here, I see the Ten of Pentacles. I'm seeing a situation like this, kind of like where there are family matters to attend to, and there has been some sort of a financial gain through dealing with sometimes tricky issues. You know, oftentimes family dynamics can be, well, of all shapes and sizes, of course, but yeah, something has to be divvied up, divvied out, sorted out for you, but all turns out well in the end, it seems, and you feel really lucky to have been able to maybe stay clear of it, or stay out of it, or kind of what's the phrase I'm looking for, kind of like come up scot-free or something like that. Like you kind of just come up smelling of roses, maybe, out of a situation, especially to do, if not with family matters, with any kind of legal situation, with anything that's in the courts or on file or in sort of in the weighing up phase still. You come up or come out smelling of roses and feel very free, very thriving. Sun card in the Queen of Pentacles is also a beautiful indication for thriving physical health. So if you've been fatigued, if you've been run down, if you've been dealing with something that has been difficult lately in terms of your physical well-being, maybe entering the month of June, I hope for many of you watching, is a positive turnaround of those circumstances. Okay, so the Devil card is an energy you're working with this June, and like, I don't want to say too much because like I said, you know, sandwiched between the Empress and the Sun card, it's certainly not its usual Devil card. Now, this Seven of Swords popped out of the deck there when I was mentioning that. Okay, so Seven of Swords is a little bit about a challenge that could still come up this month. So there might be something challenging that comes through with the Devil card, and your position here, or your particular challenge with this, might be to use discernment. A good kind of piece of advice when we see a Justice card too, use discernment, because you're going to have to select an option this month, and you're not, unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's full transparency around this yet. Let's go deeper into that then. And that'll be confusing or a bit of a headache for you, metaphorically, I'm sure. So the Strength card, and this is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is this grandpa that we're talking about? Is there something going on where somebody needs to kind of think about taking care of not necessarily a granddad, but like a patriarchal figure in your life? Somebody needs to take care of the elderly neighbor or the father or the father-in-law. Somebody needs to take care of that man that might be alone, might not be doing so well, might have more time on their hands, and there is maybe, this is the only challenge, that there might be a bit of pressure here or sense of obligation or duty here, which certainly takes the fun out of things, I understand, but there are maybe certain responsibilities that you have this month that are important not to ignore. And obviously this deck is very heavy on food, but maybe it's as simple as like helping to clear out a pantry for them, or helping them to stock up, or to kind of like do a clear out, or maybe just like, I don't know, some meal prep, or bringing some food over, and something like that could be really useful to someone this month. Okay. Strength card speaks a lot about desire, and so does the Devil card. So there is something about your true desires being activated. So for those of you who are not in a committed relationship, let's say, it might be important for you to have this independence at the moment, Scorpio, so that you aren't letting anything or anyone get in the way of self-actualization. And by that I just mean like you have a lot of experiences to have, and you want to basically not let anything stand in your way. And when we're involved with somebody else, we kind of have to compromise or think of the other person. And for whatever reason, for you, Scorpio, these are the folks that are not in a commitment right now. And that could even extend to like business partnership right now. You might feel like more of a lone wolf at this time. There is a purpose behind this, and it is geared towards you being able to experience anything and everything that comes your way at this time in your life, so that your desires and experiences that you want to have can truly be fulfilled. If you're in a commitment and something like a romantic relationship, let's say, there is a lot of desire speaking in this couple of cards here as well. There is a lot of vulnerability that's coming through, in fact, and on the surface it doesn't look like that, but it looks like maybe there is the only pitfall here might be that this relationship has some sort of an uneven power dynamic, and it might be very subtle, like you might just be like more of a teacher and then a student, or like a counselor versus a counselee kind of a vibe, or somebody really just, you know, wears the trousers here. And this is very common, of course, but you might just be finding like it's getting a little bit I guess that's slowing down growth, okay? So there is a call to like express your true desires in this sort of safe container that you're in, because that's what it looks like to me. But however, just be wary of where the other person is coming from. Make sure to listen to and be kind of sensitive to the other person's cues, or what they might be looking for at this time in the commitment. Let's see if we can go anywhere else with that. I think you're feeling very magnetic, very in tune with kind of like yourself, your body, your desires overall. The Seven of Pentacles. Now that is about another challenge. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So what's the main challenge for you this month? The main challenge, I think, is that there are many obstacles still to overcome, Scorpio. And, you know, there might be this new beginning in sight for you just around the corner. And I want you to think about where your Cancer house is in your birth chart. If you're not sure what I mean by that, just drop me a comment. If you know your rising sign, I'll be able to direct you to where your Cancer house is and describe that area of life for you. But over the next 13 months from June 9th, there's going to be a benefic Jupiter in its exalted sign of Cancer, where it can be really powerful. The last two to 3 years, we've had Jupiter transit through Taurus and Gemini. Its beneficence just hasn't been able to be fully maximized in those signs, unfortunately. Not that it was doing bad, but it was not doing as well as it's about to be doing. So think about that. There's definitely blessings coming through there. Where are the challenges for you, Scorpio? The challenges are about to come up in your Aries house, right? Because Saturn just moved into Aries a couple of days ago, yesterday, right? Or the day before, as I'm recording on the 26th, the Gemini new moon. And I just think that out of nowhere, maybe that's not the right thing to say, but there are like at least 1 to 2 to 3 issues to work out for you in this area of life. Like, it's like Saturn entered your Aries house and you're made aware of where there's tension, where there's confusion, where there's a lack of transparency, where there's uncertainty. And this is all kind of here to come up to the forefront. And you know what? I'm going to dive deeper into that in an extended reading, because I want to look at the set of challenges that are coming through this month for you. And I don't have enough time to do that here on YouTube. Okay, so with that being said, Scorpio, let's get into the Empress card, see what blessings are coming your way. Way too many cards. They're going to have to come out in the extended. The Lovers, however, is here. So, I mean, things are hotting up in your love life one way or another. If you're not looking for that right now, don't worry. We can fall in love with ourselves. We can be in relationship with ourselves. We can take ourselves out and date ourselves. And it's actually a really positive thing to do. But if you are looking for love, or if you're in a relationship, things are heating up for sure. We'll get into that more in the extended too. So with that being said, if this reading resonates, make sure you're subscribed, comment, like, share, and just know that if you want a deeper reading, there's going to be an extended linked down below. Okay, let's look at what's coming through with the Empress in terms of what's coming through in gratefulness and in abundance and the floodgates of love and presence. And are you about to be catapulted into a sort of trajectory now that is the result of a lot of kind of commitment to being true to yourself and your desires? Like, desires coming up so much. Temperance and the, what card is that? 9 of Wands, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, so Temperance and the 9 of Wands. Okay, so possibly dealing with a Sagittarius at the end of the month, if not just Sagittarius themes: travel, philosophy, exploration, positive thinking, the power of positive thinking, call it placebo or not. You know, the kind of higher mind, the sort of objectivity, looking at everything from a bird's eye view and the big picture, and just feeling like, you know what, I get the cosmic joke, it's not so serious. That's going to be a really nice end to your month. Full moon in Sagittarius, that's happening this month, right? The full moon in Sagittarius is roughly about 2 weeks from now, so let's bring that up to around the 11th of June. In fact, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius then, and I think that this is about you being really, really happy about where you are in the flow of your life, in the kind of like back and forward we go, but we're in flow, we're in harmony, we're in sync. And when annoying things happen, like, you know, people throw tantrums, or when people don't get your way and their ego is on full blast, full display, and they know they're wrong, you know they're wrong, but you're never gonna really win here. It's just like somebody has to just kind of like bow out, and there's another power struggle here, you know. I know a scene like this only too well. You know, the kid is like, I want to show that, you know, I have my own autonomy, I have my own kind of like trajectory here, and I don't want to eat this, right? So there is a kind of like Sagittarius full moon on the 11th of June, you being a little bit more rebellious, maybe outspoken, but basically I also see just like the way you are in flow in your life right now, You have so much support in what you're doing. You have so much admiration around you as well. It really is just like a good time for you. But when annoying things happen, like this coffee is spilled or food gets thrown on the ground or there's a little bit of a mess to clean up, because of, you know, when we stub our toe and we're very stressed, we might like shout or yell or curse because, you know, we're already stressed and now my toe is sore. It's the same way if you're like totally just like, you know, having a good day, and you know, arguably you probably wouldn't stub your toe if you're in that kind of vibration, but that's another story. I don't know. But you'd probably just kind of like, oh, you know what, ouch, whatever. But you wouldn't be like, if you know what I mean. So you're just in a flow. So even if annoying things happen around the 11th of June on the Sagittarius full moon, or something comes to a culmination, you're kind of like, it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to get deeper into that Lovers card that flew out of the deck and your challenges coming up this month in the extended, okay, and more. Talk to you later. Bye, Scorpio.